We're live.
Yay, Natalie MK. I'm not going to ask you what it stands for. I hope it
Yes.
doesn't stand for microphone.
Oh my God, no. There's a whole history with my name, so yeah, let's not
Oh,
go
no,
there.
don't start. I came to with a big question I have. We have a huge problem in Africa, and that's population growth.
You
And I think my generation is to blame for it.
mm,
We haven't switched. We didn't understand
mm.
that it would be impossible to find jobs for this number of young people. But we are hoping that you guys maybe got it, or you're the same as us. I understand how we did it and where the mistake was. I think we love
Mm-hmm.
children in Africa. We say all the time we love children, but yet it
Mm-hmm.
has more street children than any other continent. Abandoned children on streets. So,
Don't you think
what is your generation saying about it? You're just about to start making them, or you're already making them, or so are we going to see another?
making them, but intentionally? I feel like
Oh,
yes, we're not
oh,
just sprouting
oh,
them out like
okay.
rabbits, like some people, because
Okay,
we
I'll
feel
take the blame.
like no, it's okay. We understand. You didn't know better. If there's one thing we
Oh, we
actually don't.
knew. We kept trying to improve it, but it didn't work out. So after about fifth or sixth, we said this is not getting better at all.
Oh wow, it took you all those tries because all
Hope.
hope. But it's
Let's
I
hope
mean
the
it has,
next one is going to be smarter. The next one is going to be politer, but it's not working.
and then no
I'm
no
just kidding.
president
I'm just
came out
kidding.
of the whole family.
They're
It's sad.
they're all precious. But you're not answering
We
my question. You're talking about me. I mean, why are you talking about me? I asked you.
we do not admire the fact that there are so many children out there without homes. It's the quality of parenting. Do not have a child if you don't have the capacity to take care of it. And back in the day, or we feel like your generation used to believe that as so long as you have the financial capacity to take care of a child, that should suffice, giving you enough reason to have 10 because you don't have to buy food. I mean, they just go pluck maize from the farm or pluck sweet potatoes and they're fed. And then by then, schools used to be subsidized. So, like, okay, I can afford them. Why not have them? So, we're saying no, not at all. Having a child is an emotional investment. You actually have to give them time. You have to listen to them, get to know their personality, like basically watch a human evolve. And your capacity to do that for four of your children or five or six diminishes with each child you have. So we are more intentional about having children because also we need to be emotionally ready to have the child, mentally ready, which is something that was not considered in the past. You're, especially for ladies, as long as you're fertile or you've started your menstruation, you're considered good to go as a mother. But that is ridiculous. You've not evolved as a woman. You're still finding yourself. How are you supposed to now nurture a whole human being and give them the parental love, which is actually very important because that your attachment style as an adult depends on your primary caregiver, who is usually your mom. So if your mom is not present in your primary years, it really distorts who you are as an adult. That's why people have anger issues. People have dismissive, avoidant issues, and they can't function in healthy relationships. So that is our take. Be intentional. Be ready. There's no rush. There's no rush. Yeah.
Hmm.
For the
Interesting.
first time I've
It's
seen you go
the
quiet.
strange thing is that when I look from the outside,
Okay.
for parents between the age of 20 and 40, I'm not seeing that intentionality you're talking about. I'm seeing actually the opposite.
Mm.
I have to say
Mm-hmm.
that the previous generations did not become pregnant because they have appreciated themselves as now a higher level of parents or more capable.
Mm.
Actually, we most of us became pregnant by having sex, but you seem to be for you seem to be more of a spiritual and mental journey, and for us it was just being into each other, and
True.
of course, and wanting children and loving children. And
Mm.
but what I'm seeing now is different. I'm seeing parents of this new generation being so
Mm.
ready emotionally that the first thing they give a child is a screen. And the moment the child cannot be in any way contained at the age of 1, below 1, they're put in front of the TV. They're being fed these 2D images, which are in child's brain are all just flashes of different colors. I see that when you go into shops, there's less and less toys that are 3D. And this child is supposed to be somehow in the early development. But okay, maybe we didn't have them, but we sent them outside to play. You can't even send them outside to play because there's nowhere to play. And so they're more of a, I don't know, is it you who is intentionally parents, or you believe by subcontracting this to the media and to the devices that you have done your job because you've selected the right parental control on your phone. And then I'm seeing that the children are going to school earlier and earlier and earlier. And that because you have fewer kids, you want them to be smarter and more successful, but you're delegating the responsibility of bringing them up to what you think is the responsibility of school because you're paying exorbitant school fees. And when you pay these exorbitant school fees, you somehow believe that you paid for somebody to do upbringing of your children, but you haven't. You just paid people to deliver the curriculum. And so I'm not sure how true is what you're saying. I mean, it is true that you don't need to have more children because we can't employ even the one we have. I agree with you there. But I'm not sure whether the story here is not a bit deeper and more selfish, and whether you abandoning them to the educational system and media and devices is not justified that you have to go and work to be able to buy those devices and pay those school fees. And I'm seeing a completely counterculture among some of the young people where they are actually deciding to do homeschooling because what the schools are teaching is ridiculous and basically not decided by them. And then one parent decides to stay home and homeschool. So what is the real truth? Because I love your high position, highfalutin claim that you are somehow more prepared to be parents than us. But
not all of us.
Reality, yeah?
Not all of us, but there's a certain percentage. Like there's, I've noticed, of course, there are those, because my peers, I have some peers who have children, and I can really tell they were not prepared for this.
Me, how many of them have banned their children from screen? And when you sit with your girlfriends and the little brat is screaming, isn't the first thing that she gives him this?
Yeah, the phone. Yeah.
And put a little whatever, it's a flying cow, or whether it's a Super Saiyan, whether it's a black or white. And shut up, I'm talking to an understand. Really? So give me which percentage of your friends has decided to limit the screen time to 1 hour a week? Name one.
It's 10%. I think you're right. I'm talking about the.
So which one of you are growing vegetables in your balcony so that your children don't eat poison vegetables? As disintentional, self-conscious parents, intentional.
It goes
parents.
lower.
Like 5%. No one. You're buying the food that, at best, if you can afford it, you're buying the food that was processed in Europe and then baby organic food, as if you don't have an organic food upcountry. So I mean, tell me something. Which one of these intentional parents skips the weekend entertainment and weekend outing in Nairobi or in any other big capital in Africa? Which percentage to be with their children, and where the children are not taken to birthday parties where the adults are drinking and eating on one side and children are running around the compound? So you don't know whose birthday party it is. And which percentage of fathers do you know jumps into bouncing castle in front of his mates, or he sits and eats nyama choma and drinks beer? Tell me more about these intentional parents of yours.
They're the 10%. Of course, the
10%.
Yes. No, the intentional ones are
10% is done.
Yes. Yeah. The intentional ones are the 10%. But of course, the others, because our generation is damaged, to be honest.
Oh my God. Then you shouldn't have any children because you're going to produce damaged children.
Exactly.
And then you're right. You should cut down the numbers from 2 to half.
It's true.
Share one child between two couples. Yeah.
No, not really, because we were not. We didn't have enough attention. Well, I can't.
So it's our fault. I see it. It's our fault. Yeah.
You didn't know. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if you can't improve over what we've done, why don't you just what we've done?
have
do
10
what we've done.
children?
No, have 2 children, yeah, and then let them play outside. Let them sleep over at their friends.
They are pedophiles.
Don't let them watch TV after 7 p.m. Send them to bed at 8 p.m. Force them to eat healthy food. Don't give them chocolates, because at that time chocolates were expensive. So just make our mistakes. Let's see what happens. Whether they would not be better off. Yeah?
Thank you. We'll make our own mistakes. Thank you very much. That's our 10 minutes.
You will. Yeah. This is our 10 minutes, but I have a word of encouragement at the end. I believe that our Maker has put a perfect parent in each person. And as long as you're not trying to be perfect parent that's copying somebody else in some other country, in some other book, but you're looking deeply into your heart and think, this is not about me. I'm a steward. I was given this life. And the purpose of it is that I give it, my purpose is to give it to the society better than it was entrusted to me. So if you for a second don't think of yourself, but think that you're capable, which I think you are, but to think it's about the society and it's about the child, you will find that actually you're a good parent. You're ready. Don't have 10 children because they won't have jobs and they will not have food in Africa. But whether you have 1, 2, or 3, you need to enter into this knowing that there is no exam for this.
True.
There is no certification for this. You fake it until you make it. And the best advice I have for any parent is, if you're not doing it out of love, it's like anything else. You want to be a manager and you don't like people, don't be a manager. Go and work with sheep. Or cows. These are perfect for you because they love to be beaten. And same is for children. If you don't love children, if you don't love human beings, don't beat them. Go and be a shepherd. That's you don't deserve to have children. But if you do love children, you're going to be a perfect parent.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You're made to be perfect.
All right, cheers. See you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.